as if he's been doing it for many, many years in the Premier League. First to 6 to take on Humphreys or Van Gerwen in our night one showdown.
Yeah, some display from Jonny in the opening contest of the evening against Josh Rock. Harsh lesson on Premier League debut for Josh, but it was a brilliant display from Jonny. He's only averaged above that on one occasion in the Premier League. That was back in 2022. That's how good a display it was. Gian van Veen, he got Luke Littler on an off night, and that's when you beat him. Did take his opportunities, and when it's your night debut, just get a victory, get some positives, and he may not be done yet.
Van Veen, along with so many other young starlets that are making their way into the top echelons of the sport, the future of the sport, and the rivalry between the likes of Van Veen and Littler will go on for many, many years. And Van Veen with a great chance here to strike the first blow against the darts. But Clayton comes to the party in the semi-final. Is it 3 darts? Too late. 1 dart for Van Veen.
That's the guy he likes. Really hasn't used it at all. So courtesy of that 180, opportunity for Jonny for the hold of throw in the opening leg.
Superb. He was brilliant on the doubling and beating Josh Rock, and he was out of that leg for most of it.
Good end to the leg for Jonny. The doubling tonight, 7 legs won. 3 missed at doubles over, well, say a game and a leg. Still some return.
Well, I mentioned it in the opening game. I mean, Clayton has said it, and he means it, and he's determined. You know, he's moaned and moaned and moaned, hasn't he, about his exclusion from the Premier League. He's got his chance again, and he said it's all about walking the walk now, and you know, he's done that so far. But I think you mentioned in the opener, he just loves, he comes alive in this tournament, doesn't he?
It's his favourite event, and he's done well to qualify, and he got himself in the top 4 temporarily at the World Championship. He thought, right, I'm in. And then the performance of Gian van Veen knocked him out, so he's kind of, will I get in, won't I? He's in now, he can commit. He's looking solid and relaxed.
There's the pressure. Van Veen to level. You're only going to get 1 dart. Double 16. Oh, well done again to Gian van Veen. And he hit some key doubles under pressure, didn't he? Cashing in on Luke Littler, misses in the quarter-final. That's another.
It's a good finish from Van Veen. It'd have been harsh if he'd gone 2 legs down. There we see a little bit of regrouping to do. Such a determined player, determined character.
Of course, he won the European Championship. Brilliant performance at the Ali Pali, but just came up short, didn't he? Maybe the occasion got to him, apart from the brilliance of Littler in that World Final. But in let's say the last 12 months, what's been the big difference to where Van Veen was and where Van Veen is?
It's an easy word to throw in there. He's become more consistent. His high-end game has been there more often than not. He's becoming hard to beat. If you want to beat Gian van Veen, you have to perform. He's not giving games away. I'm not saying he was before, but he's playing more games, he's more confident, and you become a major champion like he did in Dortmund last year. You get a bit of presence, don't you? A bit of swagger. We saw the impact it had on Humphreys, went on to win tournament majors. The impact it made on Jonny, he went on and won multiple majors, and Gian will hope to do the same.
Yeah, things like that just they turn careers, don't they? Don't forget, Luke Humphreys had darts to win that European final, didn't he? And Van Veen with a brilliant finish in the very last leg to win it, and things have changed immeasurably for Gian van Veen.
16
poor visits from Clayton. So what a chance for Van Veen.
He'll just work his way up to tops now to get the treble. Picks up the treble 16 with the last start. It's a good lead, but will he get a chance? Johnny's been finishing well tonight. He's tempted to stay, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I think he was in, just say caught in 2 minds. He was probably in 3 or 4 minds there.
A lot of options with 72. Van Veen, you have to say, deservedly leads this contest. Gets the first break of throw.
Must be so frustrating in these situations for a darts player when you come out firing, averaging 110, playing some of the best darts you could possibly play, and an hour later you come out and average 89 and just not being able to reproduce that standard.
These things will happen throughout the Premier League. There'll be performances with 100+ average that you won't win. There's going to be these scrappy games that you might need to win. Gian van Veen looks a lot more relaxed here. OK, he beat Luke Littler. He didn't play his best stuff, Gian.
Well, it's becoming very, very hard work here for Jonny Clayton. Maybe about to come a whole lot harder as well. Van Veen reached the final on debut on opening night.
He's well on his way to cementing that breaker throw. They like another treble 19. We'll be coming back to have a look at that 78. A little bit of pressure though.
That's for 3 consecutive legs. Control of the semi-final.
Johnny was way back in the leg. He's going to get a chance if he stays straight. Up to tops to break straight back. He can't quite pin the tops. There's been a little bit of a steal that leg.
Well, unexpected chance here for Jonny Clayton. Who would have believed it? 5 missed darts from Van Veen. Is it going to be 2-all?
Let's off for Clayton. It's as you were. Johnny knows hasn't clicked into gear yet, but he'll take encouragement from the fact he's nowhere near his best and he's levelled up the contest.
How on earth did he manage to get that dart in that corner?
Johnny lost to compatriot Gedwin Price in the Masters the weekend, and he was used the word frustrated after the game, but it's a game he came out the blocks brilliantly. Gedwin Price was holding on in there and he made a real mess of the 4th set. And I like the attitude. He's bounced back really well tonight.
I like your use of the word frustrated.
He wasn't happy, and I felt for him. He just sort of wilted in that game. You've got to hold yourself together. Canada another solid tournament again, losing out in the semi-finals.
Well, Clayton here is hanging on, isn't he? You feel in this match. But a win with 110 average or a win with an 86 average, it counts exactly the same, doesn't it?
Johnny, a former champion, that made the playoffs on all 3 appearances at the Premier League. And you do that by finding a way to win when you're not at your best, and it feels like it's going to be one of them sort of performances. Well, for both players, really.
Yeah, having a look at that, he beat Jose de Souza, didn't he, to win the Premier League final. And de Souza now hasn't got a tour card. And again.
73.
Van Veen will be back for 32. Johnny just can't get his scoring going here. Very fortunate he's not going 4-1 down here. But again, that is a frustration because he's scoring too late in the leg, he feels. But will he get a chance? not this time. Van Veen not particularly thrilled with how he's playing.
He's broken again, and as you mentioned, it should be 4-1. It is 3-2. He's throwing now to extend his lead. And all fun of the fair in the main in this opening night of the Premier League. The darting dodgems have broken down in this game. It isn't the best, so it's all about winning ugly to claim that place in the final.
The Premier League heads to a new venue. Antwerp makes his debut on the Premier League next week. Jonny will take on Stephen Bunting first up. And Van Veen will take on Gerwyn Price.
I think it's Humphreys and Littler as well, isn't it?
Yeah, first up as well.
131.
Well, he needs this. Can he find something from somewhere here, Clayton?
Van Veen had a chance to lead 4-2 in the quarter-finals. Luke at the missed opportunities, but eventually recovered to win the tie. And finds the double 10. Deserves to lead 4-2. 2 legs away. Okay, into the final on debut.
We have a double 10 for 4-2. Yeah, both averaging around 89, 90.
Look at that deflection. It's a two-trouble visit, an important one for Jonny. Gian won't leave a finish, even the max here. But he does grab that max. His first one in the contest. The layup's got to be good from Jonny now. Can't afford to go 5-2 down. Oh, fair play.
Well, there's the pressure. Gotta be a good guide. Wow. Yeah, penny for them. Clayton wasting an opportunity.
Looks awkward. Good, really good darts. They're not favourable guides for Gian van Veen. That's a double squandered from Jonny Clayton. That was the strong point of his first performance. Hasn't really got anything going here. And it's looking like Van Veen headed to the final.
It was a great shot of a great shot, that double. He managed to fire it in between the two on the top wire. And is it a missed opportunity from Jonny Clayton? Finds a max, but he's got to find a whole lot more.
180.
Jonny went 6 in the opening match. Can't quite do it here.
Prize is incredible again, isn't it, for the 9-darter? Set of gold darts worth, what, 30,000 quid?
Yeah, there was a couple hit on the same night in Brighton last year, wasn't there?
83. Junior 131.
Oh, for the match. Well, it would have been a fitting finale. Can Clayton extend things here?
Just to stay in. Gets an opportunity. Takes the opportunity. It's one of those breaks, a throw recovered. Van Veen is on a match start. Jonny's still alive. Bit of work to do here. But that reaction from Jonny tells you he still believes he can turn this around.
$59. $43.
Back in business.
100.
Yeah, and still believing, I'm sure.
Even more so now. It's happened again. Back-to-back 180s in successive legs. Jonny. I thought this was a part of his game he'd improved.
He still managed to leave a bogey number, but not too much damage done.
Just hope he doesn't bust the 162. But he plays aggressively, and I think there's an element of his game is improved, but when you're just zoned in, he hasn't glanced over, and he still gets the opportunity, so no lasting damage. And Gian is frustrated here, despite leading 5-3. Could be 5-4 shortly. It is good length from Jonny, just the one breaker throw, separates them now.
One dart to win 6-2. But Van Veen here, making sure that there's no mistake this time with a crucial max.
It's a wild deflection, the last dart. And it's given Van Veen a real cushion now. Fair, Jonny just went missing mid-match, didn't he? And it's going to cost him, you feel.
The scoring, both of the scoring has got better as this semi-final has gone on. But 2 180s in the last leg. Possible 11 darter to clinch the win. On debut, on the cusp of the final.
140. January 42.
Brilliant 11 darter. Gian van Veen on debut has taken out Luke Littler by 6 legs to 4. He's now beaten Jonny Clayton by 6 legs to 4. And Gian van Veen is in our final on the opening night here in Newcastle.